Hello, fellow truckers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. As you can see, we have a double trailer load of dry fruits going from Hays, Kansas to Longview, Texas. We split this load up into 2 episodes because it's over 600 miles, and that was just a little bit much for a single episode. So we're going to go ahead, hop back onto the road, and hopefully get this load delivered very quickly. So that way, we can make a little bit more cash and be that much closer to our goal of, okay, I mean, I guess the game doesn't really want me to play. I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll load it again and see what happens. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna leave this in because, like, this is the kind of stuff that you have to deal with, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of annoying when that happens, but whatever. I'm not sure why the game decided it was just not happy and just did not want to continue. Duh. Don't know what to tell you there. We're gonna hop into this and hopefully get it done. Okay, I guess it started us right back from where we were, so we'll try this again and see if maybe we can actually get out of here without any... Is there... Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong part of the screen to see what we were in, to see what gear we were in. Okay. Are we actually going to be able to drive now, or are you going to stop me and prevent me from getting where we're going? Okay. I don't know. I think the weather. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe the weather is making it very unhappy. Let's get over to the main road over here. Now I'm all nervous and stuff because it's like, oh, this was not an exit. Dang it! I forgot that this truck stop had large portions of the side of it that were just kind of cut off and you couldn't do anything with it. So let's get out of here and then try to get back on the road. Oh, I think I have to go all the way over to the end there. I don't think it's gonna let me out that way. I think I have to go all the way over here and then, wow, yeah, I think I have to go all the way over here. Am I able to go around here? Oh my god, I think this is the... Oh my god. This is the worst designed truck stop area in this game that I've ever come across right here. This is ridiculous. You provide one way in and out, and not only is it one way in and out, it's also the furthest possible distance from the road that you could possibly be. I mean, seriously, guys, this is asinine. This is really... Oh my god, how do I get out of here? How the hell do I get out of here? I got in here. How do I get out of here? This is ridiculous. I really have no patience for this kind of stupidity. Where the hell is the exit? I know we came in and we got the gas. Oh my god, this is irritating. Where is the exit? I see signs. Okay. They have like one entrance over here, it looks like, and it's in the last place you would think to actually look for it. Now I'm really annoyed and have no patience for things. Man, alright, whatever. I know it's not the best intro in the world. The game crashes, and then I can't figure my way out of here, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, we got a right turn heading out onto the freeway up in this part right here. And then hopefully we can just knock out the next 300 miles without any more issues, because that was, you know, I don't know, that was super annoying. I have very little patience for, you know, game crashes and difficult to navigate things. I mean, we spent the first 4 minutes of this video just trying to get the hell out of there, and normally we would just be, like, on our way. I don't know what the deal is, but... whatever, we'll figure it out. Looks like we need to get over here on this road heading over to Dallas. So let's do that and try to get some distance down. So for those of you who are new to the channel or new to this particular video series, I basically just kind of babble. I babble as we drive, and hopefully I come up with some interesting things to talk about. Most of the time, probably not, but you know, what are we here for? We're here for a nice, pleasant drive on the freeway, in a big truck, carrying a heavy load, trying to go from one part of the country to another, and, you know, just kind of enjoy things as best we can. I don't know. We figure things out as we go. It looks like we have 278 miles left. if we can get out of this little city area here and hopefully the speed bumps back up to 70 miles an hour, then life will be pretty good. But until that happens, it does not look like we're getting very much in the way of help here. So, yeah, there's always that. Okay, the speed limit has bumped up to 65. I'm really hoping that once we're actually out of this area, yeah, I think I see another sign. I see another speed limit sign, it looks like. It is bumping up to 70. I was hoping 75, but that's fine. 70 will work. 70 is better than 60. 70 is significantly better than 60. That will get us to our destination much, much, much faster. So, unfortunately, the weather's kind of crap right now. It is 7:02 in the morning. 75. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. It's 7:02 in the morning. Unfortunately, our last episode ended up being pretty much all nighttime driving. I was really hoping that we would only spend a little bit of time in that, but you know, we started a little bit after midnight, and basically we ended the episode at sunrise. So it didn't quite work out the way I was really hoping that it was going to, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. You gotta take what you can get, and hopefully things work out. I don't know if we can throw any more stale cliches into that sentence, but we tried. Just saying. I don't know. Speaking extemporaneously is not exactly the easiest thing for most of us to do. I've had a lot of practice at it, so I'm probably better than most, but you know, trying to be interesting for, you know, 20 to 30 minutes at a time is just not something that comes natural to most people, especially introverts like me. I've practiced to the point where I'm able to fake it enough that hopefully it's somewhat interesting, but most of the time I'm perfectly content just keeping my mouth closed and not saying anything and just hanging out. I don't know. I'm not the kind of person who likes just random conversation, but you know, I can't just sit here and drive. Like, you're not going to want to watch that. You want to hear something being talked about. You want to feel like you're hanging out with me. If you're watching me and you're actually watching for a while, it's because you want to. I don't know. For me, I've said it many times in the past. Like the content creators I'm the most interested in are the ones that make me feel like I'm hanging out with them. Like we're just killing some time together until we find something better to do. Like that's what I typically like to watch. I'm not super into the like you know, what's the word, the sensationalized content, or you know, the stuff out there that's like, hey, look at this awesome craziness, oh my god, you're not gonna believe this, and blah 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 blah. I don't know, like that kind of stuff is interesting for about 5 minutes, and then I'm ready to get to something that's a little bit more substantive. How do you say that word? Substantive. I think that's how you say that. It doesn't matter. I think even when you're watching content where you're actually getting something meaningful out of it, like some of the like I like watching Smarter Every Day. That's a really great science channel if you're interested in that. But even then, if Destin wasn't as personable and didn't make me feel like he was like, you know, allowing us to just hang out with him while he did science experiments, if he didn't have that kind of a personality, I wouldn't be interested in watching it, because there is no amount of cool science stuff that you can watch that's going to replace the human component of feeling like, hey, I kind of like this person and I like hanging out with them, and you know, they're making me feel like, you know, we're just old buds hanging out doing some cool stuff. And that's kind of what you got to try to go for as a content creator if you want to have a loyal following. Like, you can, obviously people like Mr. Beast have, you know, they get crazy amounts of views and stuff like that, but I mean, how many Mr. Beast videos are you going to watch? Like, unless you're just terminally addicted to that kind of content, most people are going to watch one of those and be like, oh, that was cool, well, let me go find something else to watch. He does a really good job of pulling you in. I'd be interested to, what are we doing here? I'd be curious to know what his viewer retention is. I'm probably wrong. Maybe he just has a crazy loyal following of rabid fans who just can't get enough of that kind of content. But I know for me, for like somebody who is more interested in like real stuff, that kind of content is just not that appealing to me. I mean, obviously kids and stuff like that are going to be super crazy. I'd be interested to know how many older people really follow Mr. Beast as a content creator, because the kind of content that he typically puts out is just, you know, it's flash. It's all flash and icing and, you know, all the stuff that, you know, kids typically want to watch. But for someone like us who are, you know, adults and are really more interested in, you know, something a little bit more meaningful, you know, you want to feel like you're hanging out with somebody. You want to feel like you're getting some kind of a personal connection with them, even though you're not. It's online and there's no personal connections here. But we can kind of simulate that feeling, and especially for people who, you know, there's a lot of people out there who don't have any. Wait, what do we? I'm confused. Can I turn here? Okay, yeah, that was I get a little bit confused out. Like even when I lived out in Texas, I always got a little bit confused with the whole lighting situation. And now we're going to be stuck with the light, so I'll finish my point after this is done. Okay, I didn't want to bring you guys back until we got through the sequence of lights that were there because there were 3 of them in a row, and I didn't want to have to continue to stop. So it was a nice little town there, nothing super crazy to look at, so I didn't feel the need to bring you guys back. I would be interested to know, or I know there's a lot of people out there who are just kind of lonely, especially people my age and old, especially people around my age, like in the, I don't know, I like older, the generation before me was a little bit, how do I say this? My generation was the generation. I'm right there smack in the middle. That new like intermediary generation that they're saying that grew up in the analog world and then you know, came of age in the digital world. Like I'm technically a millennial, but I'm right in between Generation X and millennial. I don't know how else to say that. I was born in '83, and basically I was born right at that point where I grew up with, you know, CRT televisions were still a thing. They were color. I grew up with VHS tapes. I remember when CDs were becoming a really big thing. I remember when the internet was like just starting to become something that you could get in your home. I had dial-up for years before broadband internet became a thing. Like I grew up in the analog world. I had a Game Boy and a Super Nintendo and a regular Nintendo back when, you know, I played Duck Hunt back when it was actually new. I don't remember if it was new when I was a kid, but when it was relatively new, I mean, you know, we had a Nintendo. So, you know, I say all of that because the generation before me grew up before all of that, and they were conditioned to be, you know, be social and friendly and have, you know, relationships with people. And then my generation is kind of on the fence. Like we grew up, and I was out before I became a teenager. I was out riding bikes and, you know, exploring and doing all kinds of stuff out in the world. And then I hit my teen years, and video games became a serious thing in my life, and all that stopped. So my generation is like right where that all kind of transitioned and changed. But you know, it is what it is. I have somebody outside that I'm kind of paying attention to because I'm probably gonna have to tell them to go leave if they don't turn around and leave. So I'm kind of monitoring the situation. I might have to go. It looks like they're turning around and leaving. We have signs that tell them that they can't park here. I have to open up the gate to the property to let the trash truck in, which means that it also opens up the property to people that want to come in and use the parking lot. And then I have to go tell them to leave because once the trash comes, I have to close the gate, and then I can't close the gate if there's people here, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So I just walk outside and tell them, hey, you can't park here. I know they don't like it, but you know, I need to be able to close the gate when the trash comes, so whatever. I know that has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about, but it's why the video kind of paused for a second, because I was stopping to look at the cameras that I monitor the property with, and yeah, there they are. I know I'm in my off time too, but it's much easier for me to just watch things happening outside, so that way when the trash does come, I can just close the gate and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. It is what it is. How close are we to our destination? We are 101 miles away, and it looks like it's all going to be 2-lane road driving at this point, because I don't foresee actually getting into a freeway anytime soon. Anyways, like I was saying, you know, my generation is kind of that intermediary generation where, you know, we grew up with all of the old world style stuff, the pre-internet stuff. Oh, we got another light here. Great. Okay, so we got the I keep getting interrupted and it's hard to continue my thoughts. You know, I grew up with all the old world pre-internet stuff, and I came of age as the internet was really maturing and becoming a thing. And so on this side of it, I am a lot more antisocial than I probably would have been had I grown up, you know, another 10 years earlier, or if I'd been born another 10 years earlier. And because of that, I can kind of understand both sides of the story. It's like, you know, people my age and probably a fair bit younger. I mean, I guess my age and younger are all kind of terminally online. We all became addicted with the whole internet thing. And whoa, red light, red light. Didn't notice the red light. Anyways, we're all kind of terminally online, and I mean, I've always been kind of an antisocial, introverted kind of person. Even back in the, like, having friends and stuff when I was a kid helped with that, obviously, but as you grow into an adult and you find things that allow you to do things by yourself, and you don't have to be, you're not like forced to be in the social situations anymore, it's much easier to just kind of fall back into that. So I know I've spent forever meandering around a point. A lot of people want to watch videos like this one, or, you know, people who are better at content creation than I am. They want to watch videos like this one because, you know, they want to feel like they're having some kind of a social connection, because we're social creatures, and as much as, you know, some of us tend to be pretty introverted and want to avoid social situations, it's not good for you to be by yourself all the time and not have any kind of like interactions with people, which we're just not, we haven't evolved, or we're not designed, depending on what you believe in, to be that way. It just doesn't work with the kind of creatures that we are. We are pack animals that need to have interactions with people. Now, fortunately for me, I'm married, and I've spent most of my adult life married. Marriages, but you know, let's not get down in the weeds on that. The point is that I'm married, and I have somebody important in my life that I spend my time with, and when I can. Man, we're just getting stopped by light after light. But anyways, you know, having at least a little bit of social interaction is just really important, because it just stimulates chemicals in your body that are good for you. And you know, even if you're getting a reduced version of that by feeling like you're hanging out with somebody watching a video, that's better than just the complete feeling of loneliness at all. So I went all through all of that just to kind of say that, you know, I'm trying to, when I'm, my purpose in content creation, especially on my gaming channel, is not necessarily to be, to try to be the most interesting person in the world, because I'm not the most interesting person in the world. I've done some interesting things, I guess. You know, I have a long list of really cool experiences that I've had over the course of my life, but for the most part, I feel like the thing that people are really looking for, and unfortunately, it's something that a lot of people just don't have the patience to kind of realize. Like, you click on a video and you don't immediately get whatever sense or whatever feeling that you're trying to get when you clicked on the video, so they click off. They don't really, we don't really give time for the video to kind of catch our attention. Like, we click on it. If it's not interesting in the first 5 seconds, most people click off. And I don't know, I think we're losing a lot when we do that. I try not to be that way, but okay, they're turning. I try not to be that way. Like, if I'm going to click on a video, it seems like something I'm going to be interested in, I try to give it at least a few minutes before I click off of it. Unless it's just something like just absolutely insane. Like, if it's clearly an AI voice, or, you know, the topic was obviously clickbait. Like, there's certain kinds of videos that I immediately click off of. If it's an AI voice, I don't want to hear that. I want a human experience. And if it's one of those topics, if the AI is convincing enough, but the topic is clearly one of those dead-end topics where it was basically a clickbait topic that's, you know, they're talking about whatever the title was, but there's no real, like, there's a lot of sciencey videos out there where they're just basically they're making it seem like there's some kind of progress, but then all they're doing is just giving you a history of what it's been so far, and that's all you ever get out of it. Like, you can kind of identify those very quickly. Anyways, my point is I try really hard to make sure that if I click on a video, I give it a few minutes to, you know, kind of simmer for a little bit to decide, am I going to enjoy this video, or is this person just not for me? I'm very strongly biased towards actual human beings. If you are putting out an AI voice as your presentation, that is going to strongly turn me off, because like I said, I want to watch people who make me feel like I'm hanging out with them. And if it's just an AI voice, I don't feel like I'm hanging out with you. I feel like I'm listening to a computer talking to me, and I don't want that. So, I don't know. Everybody has different things that they're looking for, but I think every single person, unless you just have some kind of sociopathic problem, I think every single person is at least looking for a simulated human connection. And, you know, you're not going to get that out of an AI voice, and you're not going to get that out of a person who is pretending to be something that they're not. So, you know, you can only get so much flash. That's just kind of the way it works. We are in Longview now, so we are definitely at our destination at this point. We have 5 miles to go until we get to wherever it is that we're trying to get to, so there's that. Okay, I don't know how many lights we're going to have getting through all of this stuff. I mean, Longview looks pretty well developed, I guess. I guess you could say well developed. There's a Taco Bell right here, and now I want Taco Bell. I really like Taco Bell. Taco Bell is one of those places that my wife and I are both like, you can't go there by yourself. We have to go together, which is kind of ridiculous because she's Mexican, and yeah, that's like a badge of shame, I think. For I don't know. I think more like younger Mexicans are like they don't care about that stuff. Like her mother would be like mad if she caught her going to Taco Bell because, you know, she's old school. She's old school Mexican. You make your own tortillas and you make your own salsa and all that stuff. My wife is, you know, more like me, and she values convenience, and you know, we grew up on American food, so we both really like Taco Bell. We don't eat it very much because we don't want to get tired of it or whatever. We don't eat it very much, but you know, it's one of those things where we both, for whatever reason, we just really like Taco Bell, and it's one of those things where she gets mad. She gets mad. I don't personally care because, you know, you eat what you want when you want. She gets mad at me when I eat certain things on my own because she wants it to be something that we do together. And I'm like, that's fine. That's fine. I can live with it. So we don't eat Taco Bell by ourselves. It's not, the destination is going to be, or we just got to make another left turn. It feels like it's taking forever to get this last 5 miles done. Man. Anyways, so yeah, I don't even know how because we passed a Taco Bell and I said, now I want a Taco Bell. But I can't have Taco Bell right now because she's at work, and I can't have it by myself. So there's that. I know, completely random ridiculousness. 2 miles to go. We're turning here. Okay, cool.
Take the next line.
There's an interesting median here in the middle. Bunch of crazy twists and turns to get through this place, but it's not too bad, and I like the trees here. Nice tall trees lining the road on either side. I am a fan. Man, the twisting and turning back here to get to this place it's like I'm starting to feel like I did back at that truck stop where it was just like you had to go as far as possible to get to the destination before you were to get there. Like, can I get some convenient drop-offs, please, or some convenient places to go, because this is like annoying. Fortunately, though, we don't have to. I mean, I don't mind backing up if it's not too congested of a place or too tight of a fit. Backing up's not really that hard once you understand the basic concept of it. But it's nice to be able to just kind of pull in and not have to worry about it, especially when they just allow you to just pull in right here and you don't have to do anything. So we're going to go ahead and call that an episode. Hopefully you had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button so that the YouTube algorithm will know, and share the video with other people. Subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. You can join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks. Or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. Also have PayPal and Patreon links in the description for those of you who prefer to go that route. So thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for our next load, and I'll see you then.